In the previous video of this series, we talked about how to make your first $1,000. If you haven't checked that video out, I recommend you to watch that video after this one. I'll be putting the link in the description. So, let's talk about $10,000, how to get there and how to make that happen. Well, why $10,000? Because it's a number that's big enough to make a difference, but small enough to be achievable by most people who set out for it. And there are some legit ways to make $10,000, so this will be pretty fun. In today's video, we'll look at some of the craziest ways to make your first $10,000, so let's get started with the video. Number 1. Sell everything you own. How much stuff do you have and how much do you really need it? Studies vary, but on average, insurance companies believe that most adults have about $20,000 in personal belongings in their homes or apartments. This includes everything from furniture to electronics, kitchenware, and clothes. Now, you don't have to sell everything. But if you really want to try, you can probably find $10,000 in things you don't need. For example, do you really need a couch in your living room and the family room? Who even uses a living room anymore? Do you still need to have that DVD collection that's been gathering dust? Selling your stuff can be both liberating and profitable. In fact, studies have been done around the paradox of choice and how consumerism can be really challenging for people. If you're ready to take a leap and sell your stuff, look for a few places to make it happen, like Amazon, eBay, or Facebook Marketplace. Number 2. Rent out your space and stuff. Over the last few years, it's become easier than ever to rent out your space. But you've probably never heard of it. And there's a few crazy ways to make $10,000 by renting your space, depending on how much space you have. Rent out space in your house, closets, attics, and etc. If you have an extra closet, storeroom, attic, or random space, someone might be willing to pay you to use it. You can post an ad on Craigslist or a site like Neighbor, take pictures, and put a price on what you're willing to rent your space for. People will pay for this because it can be cheaper than a storage rental. People are renting their closets for around $50 per month to empty garages for $150 per month. Rent out your backyard. Do you have a large backyard? Or does your backyard bump up against something amazing like a nature preserve? If so, you could be the ideal location to rent out your backyard. Airbnb allows you to list your backyard as an option for travelers. It's free to list your backyard, and you can even choose the amount you want to charge to campers. Rent out your driveway. Another option to rent out your space is to rent out your driveway or other parking spaces you might have. JustPark.com is a website that allows you to list your parking space for rent to others. If you have a spot for an RV, you could post to RV lots for rent. And if you rent your driveway for an RV, you can expect to receive several $100s per month. Not a bad way to earn money for doing nothing. Neighbor is also great for this. Rent your car. If you're not using your car, or maybe you have an extra car, then you might consider renting it out. Turo, a website that allows you to list your car for rent, has grown tremendously. It connects renters to you who might be interested in renting your car. Turo claims that you can make $1,000 renting your car, but even if you make less, it's still a great way to boost your income. Rent your stuff. If you have stuff around the house that you might think others might like, you can rent it. For example, electronics, tools, lawn and garden stuff, and more can all be rented online. Our favorite sites that you can list your items for rent are Loanables and Rent Not Buy. You can also list items for rent on Craigslist as well. Rent your clothes. If you specifically have items you want to rent in your closet, you can use a site like StyleLend to lend your clothes. Maybe you have a fun cocktail dress or a suit that doesn't fit anymore. These are the perfect clothing items to rent out to others who may need them but don't want to buy them. And you can make a little money doing it as well. Number 3. Become a surrogate. Okay, this one is just for the ladies, but it's also one of the more lucrative, crazy ways to earn $10,000 or more. That's becoming a surrogate. Yes, a surrogate. This definitely isn't for everyone, but for those who are up to carrying a baby and giving birth, it can be very rewarding. Surrogates can earn anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000, but remember, it's really a full year of work. Before you get pregnant, there's typically a lot of medical appointments and checkups. Then you get pregnant and have to carry the baby for 9 months. Then you deliver him or her and have to give him up to the parents. The whole process can be tough both physically and emotionally, but for the money, it could be worth it for the right person. Number 4. Start driving or delivering. Don't want to rent your car but still want to put it to use? Consider driving for Lyft to make that magical $833 per month. It's pretty easy to get started with Lyft. You just need to be 21 or older, have a 4-door car, and have a valid driver's license. There may be more specific requirements for your location though. Once you get started, you can expect to earn around $19 per hour according to the website Aliva. If you're trying to hit your goal of about $833 per month, that means you have to drive 44 hours per month to make it. That's only 11 hours per week. Not a bad, crazy way to earn $10,000 if you ask me. And number 5, invest to make $10,000 a month. Investing can be an excellent method to make $10,000 a month if you have some capital to deploy up front. You can take advantage of many methods of investing, including investing in stocks, real estate, small businesses, cryptocurrency, and more. If your goal is to make an extra $10,000 per month, let's take a look at investing in the stock market. Assuming a 7% annual return or 0.58% per month, you would need to invest around $1.72 million to reach your goal. Okay, so this is pretty unrealistic, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't take advantage. By making consistent contributions to your investment accounts, you can slowly build your way up to $10,000 per month. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing content. Until the next video, take care.